Welcome to another lesson. In this lesson we are going to look at configuring NFS server in Windows Server. So when we talk about NFS, what are we looking at? Now, NFS protocol is used to transfer files between computers running either Windows or non-Windows operating systems, so the likes of the Linux or the UNIX. So in the server we do have the NFS server and then client available that we will be installing. So in this video we are going to use two machines in doing this. We have our DC and then also we have our Windows 10 machine. So without wasting much time, we will launch our server manager. Let me first of all close these ones. Then we launch our server manager. Then we go to manage, add rows and features. Then we move to the rows. So move to next, move to next. We expand the file and storage services. We also expand file and iSCSI. Now when we scroll down, we can see we have this file NFS server for NFS. So we click inside the box, then we will also add the features. Now when we look at the description, it says this NFS or server for NFS enables this computer to share files with Unix based computers and other computers that use the network file system NFS protocol. So move to next, then install. So we wait whilst the installation continues. So now that is done, we will close the wizard. Then the next thing that we need to do is to configure the NFS shared folder. So to do that, on the server manager, on my right hand side, we click on file and storage services. Then under file and storage services we have shares. Click on shares. So we wait while it loads. Okay, so here we need to now create a new share. So under the share, so we have three sections: shares, volumes, quota. We are focusing on shares, so shares, we click on the tags. We have new share, we click on the new share. Then under the new share we have the wizard for the share popping up. So we can see for ourselves we have the file share profile SMB, we have the NFS. So our agenda here is to configure NFS. So I will use the share quick description. This basic profile represents the fastest way to create NFS file share, typically used to share files with Unix based computers. And then we have the rest. So move to next. Then here it says we need to select the server and then also specify the path. So I will have our server here, which is selected the DC. Then we move to this, the path, custom, or type a custom path. Click inside, select, then we'll type so we'll be working with the drive C since I have only one drive available. So I'll specify C colon, then the slash, then the name. So let's say the folder name that I will be using will be data. So let me make it that one, cap data. Then we move to next. So we have the shared name data, location drive C, remote path 2. This shared folder will be DC colon slash data. We proceed by clicking on next. It says the local path you entered does not exist. Click on OK to create this. Yeah, we don't have, as at now, we don't have any folder by the name data that exists under the drive C. So I'll just click on OK to create that one. The next thing is authentication. So in this case, I will just select keyboard authentication, or then no authentication server. I'll check this one, enable unmapped, then allow unmapped user access by UID GID, the user ID, the group ID. So I'll also move to next from here. Then the next one says we need to add shared permission. So when we look at the description, it says the server evaluate the shared permission in the order they are shown below. The final access permission on a file share are determined by taking into consideration both the shared permission and the NTFS permission entries. The more restrictive permission are then applied. So we click on add. Then here it says host, grant permission to access the NFS share to a host, client group, net group. Select the access and language encoding for the shared. So here we'll provide the IP address of the address of the client. Quickly, let me cross check the IP address of my client. Okay, let me launch my command prompt. IP config 11. So go to that. So 192.168.1. 11. Okay, then with the language I leave it on the NC. Permission, we set this one to read write, then we click on add. Okay, so the next thing that we need to do is we need to click on next, proceed, then we have the specify permission to control access. We have this there. We will also move to next from this side. Okay, so we then have to click on create. So completed, we close this so we can see the share here. Now the next thing that we have to do is to go to our client machine and then install the client version of that. So we'll launch control panel, control panel, then we go to programs, and features. We turn on or off Windows features. I'll provide a credential for the admin, exec, dev. We have administrator, the password, okay. So we search for, we have this services for NFS, so we expand that one. Then we have this one, client for NTFS. We check, click inside the box, click on OK, then we wait for it to install. Almost done. Okay, so now for ours, the NFS client is done running. So the next thing that we need to do is we have to now point. So you launch the before I show you the command prompt, we go to the control panel and then we visit programs and features, and the features, let's confirm something here. So when you are running, when you are installing the client, bear in mind that it might take long, and so you just have to exercise patience for that. So when I expand NTFS service, we have the client here. So when it's done, the next thing that you have to do is you can probably restart your machine and then you launch the command prompt. Make sure that you run the command prompt as administrator, and then you type this one, the command mount space, the IP address of the server, and then : the name of the NFS folder that you created within the C space the drive letter that you want to use for that. So what we have to do is, when we were doing the configuration or setting up of the NFS, I specified the IP address of the client. So I think I made a mistake somewhere. I made a mistake with the host address. So right click on it. So there is it. We find ourselves in the files, and under files and storage services shares, we have the directory that we created, which is the data. Right click on it, you go to properties, then under properties we come to share permissions. So you can see that at first it was 1.11, which was the Windows 11 machine, but it's supposed to rather be the server's IP address. You can click on the add, and then when you click on add, you provide a host, and then make sure that you adjust the shared permission to read and write, and then just click on what add, which will add it to that. So in this case, I will not be using the 1.11, so I will remove the 1.11 from it. Okay, so this is how it's supposed to be. Then I click on apply, then okay. Then the next thing that we need to do is we need to now be able to see the folder, the drive. So we launch, it's not showing here. So it's supposed to be a map drive. So what I will do here is right click. Mine is not showing, so I'll right click on this PC and I'm going for map network drive. I'll click on it, and then wait. So I use drive letter P, so let me repeat the P here. Where is it? P. Then it's not showing here, so let's click on browse, Windows 10, the DC, expand, don't have it here, so I'll cancel. Then let me provide the remote, which is supposed to be DC. So I am not just typing anything off head. Let's check it together. So I right click on this directory properties. Then under the general, we can see the remote path is this one, DC:/data. So let's try to provide it here, and then let's see. So we have the DC, supposed to let me cross check. Okay, DC:/ DC:/data. Let's click on finish and let's see. Everything is intact. There might be a problem with your network. To try to identify with, sorry, let me expand details. You see, network name cannot be found. Okay, it's not seen, so let me cancel, and then okay, let me restart the machine once again, and then let's come back and check. So restart. Okay, so let's cross check again and see. Still is not showing. Still the drive, the folder is not showing here. So what we'll do is we go back to the DC, go to the local drive D, and then local drive C. Then let's try to share properties, sharing. okay, sorry, we have NTFS sharing. So you come to NTFS sharing path. It says this one is shared network path DC:/data manage sharing. So share this folder, name, data, this encoding. You have this one here. Okay, so when you check for permission, all is set here. Root access disallowed. Type of access says let's use this one, read and write. All machines, type of access is no access. Let's set to read and write as well for that, and then click on OK. Says your global permission has as much or greater type of access as some of your individual permission. Are you sure you want to? Yes. And then let's click on OK. Okay, so now let's go back to the client, and then let's close, refresh, and then let's try to see whether we have it here. No. So the next thing that we need to do is for firewall to allow the NFS. So let's go to firewall. So firewall, then come to advanced, then the domain name will follow, administrator. Then we have password of the administrator. Okay. Inbound rule apply. Sorry. Then we go for port, move to next. We have to specify the port. This one uses 2049 specific port for TCP. Allow all domains. Then we name this one NFS -TCP. Finish. Then we also have to do the same for the UDP. So select UDP, then port number 2049. Next. Then we have the NFS-UDP. Okay, so we have the two here. Now let's again, so let me refresh again, and then let me close this one, relaunch the command prompt again, cmd. Let me run it as administrator before we get access denied. So administrator password that. Then let's try again. So we have mount. So the previous one I used the mount IP address, and then so which I use mount the IP address of the server, then the path of the shared folder. Right, so let's try that one once again and see whether so we have the mount, the IP address of the server, which is 192.168.1.8. then we have colon slash, now the name of the folder, which is data, then space the drive letter that we want to use. Let me still stick to p slash, say successful. Okay, so let's see whether this time around we can see. No, still when right click, go to manage a map. Let's check something here, browse, expand. Still we are not seeing the folder here. So let me cancel, let me close this one. Let me retry one more command and then let's see. So we have mount space -t space NTFS space the IP address of the NTFS server, which is 192.168.1.8 colon the folder, which is data slash let's add this one, the mnt slash NFS, and then let's see. Usage mount option user. Okay, so option says resize, timeout, retry, that mount as a okay. So when we check for, let's go back to the file, and then let's check something here with the permissions. Sorry, where is it? Authentication. So allow on map user access, no authentication. Alright, so no authentication here, and so you are not supposed to provide anything like that. So the command itself supposed to work. but we can see that it says P is now successfully connected to this. Okay, that was the previous one. The command completed successfully. So let's check once again. Still let me go here and see network. This one, the shared manage pin, add a network location. Let's see, add a network location wizard. No, social connection type, no. So let's try to restart the machine once again, and then let's see. Restart the machine. Okay, let's see. Before we have the network address, website, FTP, or network location for that internet browse is still not having. Let's restart and see. Restart and then wait. Okay, so back again. Let's try again. Folder to load in. Now really, let's try to add, and then let's see once again the wizard, add network location. Next, where do you want to create this location? Not this one. Add. Next, console. The network location. Next, connect using this or no. So cannot go back. Select, move to next. Let's see whether this one will pick. So we have the DC : the data, which is a share folder. Click on the folder. It does not support, but choose another. So http / okay. Okay, so let's try this one and see. We have the NFS / this, and then let's try to move to next and see. / this one. Okay, let me try the path the / and then let's see what it will pick. Still okay. Cancel. It's not picking. Okay, let me try to log in, switch to the administrator, and then let's see what will happen here. Switch account, then we have the domain name, we have administrator, we have the password, IPMC, let's see, and then let's try again. So now that I have switched from the TO account to the administrator, and then I run this command, the mount space -o space unknown space / the IP address of the server / the folder name with a letter drive. So if we launch our File Explorer, click on this PC, we can see the drive here, which is the NFS. So if we double click on it, it says the folder itself is what? Empty. So this one is seeing the folder as a drive. So when we launch, or when we switch from the administrator to TO account, once again, let's see, and then let's try to launch a folder here and see. So here is not showing, so you can see that here is not showing. So we'll run command prompt. I'll run the command prompt, normal command prompt, and then let's see. So we have the mount space -o space unknown space / the IP address of the server, which is 1.8 / the data, the folder name, the share folder is the data, then space the drive letter, which I use P colon. Then here too we can see that is successful. So if we launch the folder again, so we can see this. So this is the folder. So this is how we configure the NFS. Thanks for watching. Bye.